Hello again, Mr. James here. This is your day 2 vocabulary and writing section. We're going to get started right away. Our first word is the word channel, and in this case it is a noun. It is on page 36. I'm going to go ahead and find that in the text here. And so in my text it says, Armitage turned back to the map. This stretch of the channel just south of the town looks favorable for the trading post, a good approach from the sea and close to the trade routes to the north. So we're talking about a stretch of water here because he talks about how it'd be a good place that connects them to different parts. It's a good place for a trading post, meaning a place where people can come and trade things and go, and which was a common way to get supplies at this time period when the book is set. And so I think a channel is going to be, it's a waterway that joins bodies of water. So it'd be like kind of like a creek or a canal, something that's joining two larger pieces of bodies of water, allowing people to go back and forth and easily get from one place to another. You also know about like television channels, YouTube channels. Those are different sort of paths or ways to get you information. Another way that channel might be used is someone might say that they're channeling someone. That means that they're reaching out to them. They're trying to connect with them. So channel is sort of it's got multiple definitions, but in this case, we're really talking about a waterway. And so my sentence says the captain chose to navigate through the narrow channel rather than go around the landmass. So he went through that narrow piece of water, that little creek sort of path, instead of going all the way around that big piece of land. Please go ahead and pause the video and write your own sentence now. Next word is the word anguish, and it is on page 37. And I'm going to read the sentence before it because it's the last sentence of a paragraph. That's always a good idea. The next day, when she woke up, it soon became clear to Sarah that her hope of making the trades increase before it set sail were slim and getting slimmer. Anguish washed over her in waves. So, if you remember back, she had been injured, and also now she seems upset or worried about the fact that she's not going to be able to get back on the boat. The trades increase before it leaves. She fears that she's going to be left behind. And while the captain is her dad doesn't know that she's even on the boat. He thinks that she's a boy. I'm not really sure how a dad could not recognize their own child in a poor getup like that. But, it is a book. So, back to the point. Anguish is, she's got anguish washed over her in waves. Well, she's obviously not feeling that well. She obviously is a little upset or worried, so I'm going to think that it's going to be some severe pain and suffering that she is in. If something is anguishing or you're feeling anguished, those are some morphological links just by changing the suffix of the word there. And the sample sentence says, as he approached the bike crash, he could see the anguish on the face of the rider. So he could see that rider's face showing that pain and suffering that they were in when they got into that bike crash. Make sure you're writing a good sentence like that as you pause the video. And our last word is the word silhouette. It's on page 38. And if I remember correctly, it's towards the end. Yep. All right. Across green farmlands in the other direction, she thought she could detect the silhouette of a town. Was it the same place where the trades increase was docked? So she's looking out across these farmlands and she thinks that she sees it. She's not sure, but she thinks she sees a silhouette. Well, if you think you see something, you're not really able to see all the details of it. And that's going to lead me to believe that a silhouette is something that I can't see the details of, something that might be far away, not allowing me to see exactly what it is. And a silhouette it's like an outline of a dark shape. So when you can't really see something, that is a silhouette. You can see the outline, you can say, hey, that's what I think that is, but I'm not quite entirely sure because it is a long ways away from me. So my sample sentence says they could see the silhouette of a figure lurking in the distance. So they couldn't quite see what it is because it is in a distance. So we want to make sure in our sentences here that we're probably referring to seeing something that is not very close to us in order to see a silhouette, or that light is sort of blocking it out. Sometimes if light is right behind something, it makes that person or thing look really dark. So those types of pieces of your sentence will really help the reader better understand what a silhouette is. Pause the video and write your own great sentence now. And you're right in response to reading questions as read page 37, which means read page 37. Don't just go from your memory. Pages aren't even that long. Take a moment and put in some effort. And then it says to write a paragraph describing how the author's word choice and sentence structure convey Sarah's physical pain and emotional state to the reader. So we're looking for those words and phrases that are explaining and describing how Sarah's feeling, not only physically, but emotionally. So how does her body feel? And what is her emotional state like? Meaning, is she sad or happy? And you might be able to begin this paragraph by saying, the author uses different word choices and sentence structures to show Sarah's pain and emotional state. Period. For example, and then give me some examples from the text of how the author explains that pain and emotional state. So it should be multiple sentences. It should be a paragraph with a topic sentence, multiple pieces of evidence to support the fact that the author does describe that physical pain and emotional state to the reader. Thanks so much for joining me today. If you need any help, let me know. Hope you're having a great day, and I'll see you later.